Bit of a change of scenery from my usual videos. I'm not actually at home today. I'm not going to be home for the next few days. However, I wanted to do this video as soon as possible because it's regarding an incident that happened yesterday here in the UK, and I think is going to have massive ramifications for drone users. Which, if you're not aware of what's been going on, Gatwick Airport spent pretty much the whole of yesterday and a portion of today closed for all flights because of somebody flying a drone near the airport. Now, this wasn't some accidental somebody's drifted a bit too close to an airport and caused a potential scare, because drones only have a flight time of around half an hour, and yet this drone spent pretty much the entire day going back and forth between wherever it was based and within the vicinity of Gatwick Airport. This forced Gatwick Airport to close all its runways, no flights in or out for the whole of yesterday and a few hours today. Which, bearing in mind, Gatwick is one of the busiest airports in the UK at the best of times, and we're right on the run up to Christmas, so this is their busiest period, which means that it's caused massive disruption. Hundreds of flights have been cancelled or delayed, and hundreds of thousands of people have had their holiday plans ruined because of some with a drone. Now, this isn't the first time that there's been incidents of drones getting in the way of commercial flights. There was some video footage that appeared to be of a drone getting very, very close to an Airbus A380 on takeoff. Now, there was some discussions around this at the time of some people suggesting that the video was actually faked and that it never happened. However, there was quite a few expert drone users who looked at the video footage, and all of the little bits that people were suggesting was showing that it was a faked video. They all kind of said no, it wasn't. And having seen the video myself, I personally feel that it is genuine video footage. It's not been faked at all. So obviously there are some complete arseholes on this planet who think it's somehow a clever or a bright idea to have drones going in the flight path of commercial airlines. Now, there has been extensive research done into the impact that a drone would have upon hitting an aircraft. So even a relatively small drone such as the DJI Phantom, for example, if that hit a commercial airline's wing, it would go straight through it. When you consider the takeoff speed of a commercial aircraft is up and around 100 miles an hour, odds are by the time it gets to the altitude that a drone would be flying at, it's probably doing in excess of 200 miles an hour. Not only is that going to destroy your drone, it's probably going to cause some pretty catastrophic damage to the aircraft. And commercial aircraft carry between 300 and 500 people. So that's going to be a hell of a lot of murder charges if you bring down an aircraft. And what annoys me about this is not only the fact that it's either some complete dipshit who thinks it's a clever idea or who hasn't got the intelligence to realise that it's not a good idea and could wind up killing 500 people, but it's then a very small number of individuals that tar a reputation of a vast majority of people who use their drones sensibly. And it's just going to end up bringing in more exams and more licenses that people need to get in order to be able to legally fly a drone. And the problem is the licenses generally cost more than the drones themselves. But then I suppose a license is never going to truly solve a problem anyway. You've got a license to say you can do something. That just means you've been taught how to use it properly. It doesn't mean you're going to continue using it properly. 99% of the people driving cars on the road have a license that says they've been taught how to drive their cars properly. But in the real world, a vast majority haven't got a bloody clue. And drones are a lot harder to police because cars are on the road, there are police cars going around, they can stop you right there and then. It's very difficult with the drone because you're not actually with your drone. But I know it will be sod's law that this incident is going to bring about a huge change in the UK laws that's probably going to stop a lot of people getting drones, which will be bloody typical because it's now the 21st of December and in 4 days I'm getting a drone for Christmas. And what's the bet? Come Christmas Day, drones won't be allowed and I won't be able to use that thing legally. I mean, I don't know who the person was who decided to fly a drone near Gatwick Airport. It obviously was not accidental. There was clearly some kind of malicious intent, whether they just thought it would be hilarious to cause massive disruption to hundreds of thousands of people's lives, or whether they have some vendetta against planes, or maybe they are anti-drone and are trying to use drones to highlight the potential problem with them in order to get them banned. I don't know. All I know for sure is if I was in charge of this country, whenever that person gets caught for doing what they did, I would put them in stocks outside Gatwick Airport and let every single person who was disrupted by their actions go and stone the to death. Because it's not difficult, it's common sense. Drones are not dangerous if you use them sensibly, okay? Which means don't fly them near an airport where there's 400-ton planes flying in and out on a regular basis, because you're just going to wind up killing someone. You know, or don't fly them near overhead cables. Don't fly them in majorly built up areas. Take them out to a quiet area where there's not people around, there's not stuff to crash into, and go and have fun using your drone sensibly. I mean, drone usage should become the new version of natural selection. If you think it's a wise idea and not a dumbass idea to fly a drone in the path of oncoming jet aircraft, then frankly, humanity is probably better off without you. Hopefully, this doesn't have bigger ramifications for the drone community, because it would be a crying shame to have everybody's privileges taken away for a few morons that we have amongst us in society. But what are your thoughts and opinions on the matter? Do you think drones are a good idea? Do you think they're a bad idea? Do you think they need to be better regulated? Or do you think people just need to be shot for misusing them? Leave your thoughts and comments in the box down below. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hopefully I will see you in the next video.